I take a metal bladed edger and run it along where the grass meets the mulch beds, along the concrete edges. Sometimes there's a landscape edging that's a concrete landscape edge. You can run it along there. Sometimes there's a rock bed that allows you to run along. For the most part though, the rock beds, if you're going to make a 90-degree angle, you have to use a string trimmer. It's a little bit tough with the metal bladed edger just because it'll throw the rocks out. But you have the edger, use it, you know. Some areas you miss with the edger, come back with the string trimmer and you can turn the string trimmer at a 90-degree angle and do the same thing with a string trimmer. It just doesn't look as clean as the edger. Try not to hit the concrete edge whenever you come into the concrete, just the way it was just hit there. Whenever you run it along the concrete, sometimes if you don't have the blades set deep enough, it will continue to slide out on you the way it's doing right here. So when that happens, you need to take the edger, turn it off.
Here's where when it gets too not getting deep enough, you can adjust the blade. That'll give you a deeper cut. That way it's not popping out of the edge.
It takes 2 seconds to adjust the depth and then you can get right back on your way.
Basically all you're looking to do is just get what's growing over, nothing more.
For those of you wondering, it's been about 2 years since these beds have been spaded out. So this helps maintain the edge so you don't need to spade year after year. This will pretty much do the spading for you.
See the difference in that versus right here? That looks nice and clean. These spots are kind of leaving a little bit. You're going in too deep in those sections. This should all be the same height as the mower. All the way around the pole, any pole coming up. Like that, it's all about the same height as the mower.
Don't leave any stragglers behind. It's like a bad haircut. Don't want anything sitting left higher than the height of the mower.
Here, and you can see everything that's hanging over under the curve, and you don't want anything hanging over. Everything should be in the grass. Do it that way. Stand up in it, walk backwards. Some people like to do it come this way, but mainly what you want to do though is just get all of the grass off the curve. So you want a nice clean straight line. This one the curve's a little bit low. Makes it a little bit tougher to get a straight line because there's kind of dirt growing on it and everything else. So, good. Here we want it to look like basically the mower's cut right up to this curve. You don't need to take it down any, just make it completely the same height as the mower is taking it. just kind of run the trimmer flat.
This is the same way you want to go along foundations. Any poles sticking out of the grass, telephone poles, signs, just lay it flat. Don't try to take it down any lower. Whenever you're going along foundations, if you do take it down,
Back to where the curb's lower than the grass. You're going to go back to the other way and take it down.
if you do take the foundation edges down along the foundations, it will kill the grass. And I don't feel like having to replant year after year new grass along the foundations. It's probably one of the toughest places to keep grass growing. So once you kill it along the foundations, it's very tough for it to ever grow back. Keep the foundations high.
Flatten it out through there.
I'd rather have the grass high and somebody complain that it's a little bit too high than have it low and have it dead, and then people complain that they got dead grass. So I want you to still hit it, but just hit it and leave it high.
Just kind of doing it based on whether the curb's lower or higher than the grass. So if it's lower, you want to take it on an angle. If it's higher, just lay it flat.
Here we have a landscape bed composed of natural stones. We want to run the string trimmer up the top of the stones and come into the height of the mower. So you're getting everything that's hanging over onto the stones. You're not digging into the face of the stones. Just going off the top of them, getting everything that's hanging over, anything that's growing between them so it's not growing into the landscape area. And down here we'll get into a retaining wall, natural stone retaining wall, and we want to go run the edge of the string about 3.5–4 inches up the wall. You're not taking it down at an angle into the wall, trying to kill the grass there. Leave it high, keep it the height of the mower all the way into the wall. And up here, it'll be a plastic edging, as you see here. You want to take it down, run it along the top of the edge, get anything that's hanging over the edge, and pull it back. And you're going to take it at an angle here, down to the top of the edging, not going into the face of the edging, taking it down to the dirt. You don't want to be hitting any dirt here. You're just getting what's hanging over the edge and sitting on the edge and taking it off the top of the edge, getting you back up onto the dirt. This is where you're going to run it at an angle. As you can see, the camera's almost looking face down onto it. So we have that trimmer holding it up high, hitting the top of the edge and pulling it back. Just hitting what's growing over, not any extra, not hitting the dirt and taking it down. As you can see here, the angle along there. Pick up any rocks that you pulled out. Don't want to be hitting the dirt. Don't want to be taking it too low. If you take it too low, it will kill the grass and it'll kill out the edge along there. Do it all the way up to the stairs. Even when you can't see the plastic edging, you want to expose it. So you start seeing that yellow, that's stressing the grass out and taking it a little too low. You're going to kind of go along these stairs. Make it a nice even cut all the way where the mower can't reach. Take the trimmer down on an angle. You can also take the edger and run the edger along the stairs wherever you can reach. You do both sides. Flip the trimmer upside down. Get all the way up in there. Anything that's growing in them corners. Don't want anything hanging over under the steps. You're getting what the mower can't reach. You're trying to level it up. You're not taking it down any. So you don't want to take it down, yellow out the grass. Spin it same height as the mower all the way into a 90-degree angle down to the steps. Back to the edging, trimming along the landscape edge here, just taking off the top. Don't hit the face of the edge, you just want to go right off the top. Here we're going to kind of get this hill where the mower can't really get into. Follow the edge all the way around the house. Just getting the growth. If there's areas that it's not growing, you don't need to hit it. Here we have a brick edge. The bricks are pretty much buried, so you're going to go off the top of the brick, bring it out to the mower height. You're going to expose the brick so you can see the brick. There's nothing growing on the brick. Kind of clean the brick off even while you're doing it on something like this. So here's where another spot you're going to take it down on an angle. One of the few places you're actually going to take the grass down. But you want to try to get from that brick height back up to the mower height as soon as possible. So you don't want to be leaving it down at that yellow. Here along these steps, leave it 3.5, 4 inches. Start taking it down. It's going to kill the grass along here. Go off the top of the edge, just as you do everywhere else with this plastic edging. Here the edging's a little high, you might have to take it up a little bit. Here these bricks are a little bit high, so you're going to hit the face of the brick about 3.5, 4 inches high. Some spots you're just going to go right off the top of the brick. Make sure you get in between every crevice of these bricks where they come together. A lot of people like to leave grass hanging in between these bricks and it'll grow a foot tall before anybody notices it. Make sure you're getting in between the crevices of these bricks. Back down to the other style, take it back down. Run it at an angle, bring it back up to the mower height, 3.5, 4 inches. Here you're going to try to run it about a 45-degree angle. Expose the bricks where they got covered by the mulch. You take the blower whenever you come back and blow, try to blow that mulch back up into the bed, get it out of the grass. Here again you have a metal edge. You're going to for the most part run off the top of the edge. Get anything that's hanging over the edge. Any spots that the edge hangs a little high, you're going to hit the face of the edge about 3 to 4 inches above the ground. Try to keep it about the same height as the mower. Not looking to gouge it. Don't hit dirt. Don't take it down too far. Go back. Look it over. Make sure you got everything looks all right and you didn't miss any spots. Any spots you missed, go ahead and hit while you're there and make it look good. Here's a pole in the middle of the yard. Showing you want to leave it up high. Last time whoever trimmed this took it a little bit low, so it doesn't really even need trimming. Mailboxes, same way. You want to leave it up about 3.5, 4 inches. Try to keep it the same height of the mower. Go over all the areas the mower can't get and keep it all the same height as the mower to make it look like the mower went over it and it didn't get trimmed. So you don't want it to look like it got trimmed. You want it to look like the mower hit it. Here's a couple of examples of where you can take the trimmer, use it as an edger, and clean up this edge, make it more defined. Give it a good appearance where you can see the difference from where the grass ends and it goes to the mulch. And flip the trimmer upside down, use it as an edger, and take back everything that's growing into the landscape area. If you look it over afterwards, it looks like a nice defined line. You can see a straight line and see the difference from the landscape to the grass. You can also do the same thing along sidewalk edges and that sort. If you forget an area with the edger, you can go ahead and use the trimmer and go over it. Here's another example using the trimmer as an edger, cleaning up this edge so you can tell the difference from where the grass stops and the mulch bed starts. So usually after the edge has been trenched out, it'll do this for you at the beginning of the year. Some places it doesn't do it, or some places are maintained as well, or a new customer. You want to do this for them, make it so that they can tell the difference between the mulch and the grass. I'll show you a few pictures of what not to do. Here we have a edge along a sidewalk where somebody took a trimmer to it and ended up killing off the edge, taking it down too low, taking it down to dirt. This is what you don't want to do. This one here, you'll see it should be run along the top of that plastic edge, not taking it down below the edge, not hitting the grass to where you're killing the grass there along the edge. You want it off the top, try to leave you a little bit along the edge. Here they took it down rather than laying it flat, turns the grass yellow, eventually killing the grass. Yellow means dead grass. When blowing at a normal residential house, always start on the street, blow in towards the sidewalk. That way, otherwise if you start on the sidewalk and blow out, you'll end up blowing the street off and you'll blow everything from the street onto the sidewalk again. You'll have to do the sidewalk over, making double the work. So always start on the street, blow from the street in, then go blow your sidewalks and blow towards the house. Make sure you blow out all the cracks from the edger. The grass will try to sit in the edger groove, leaving thatch build up and eventually killing out the edge. So anytime you see any thatch build up, you can take the blower and kind of blow out the thatch. It'll help the grass grow. Go around to all the mulch beds. If you're near a mulch bed while you're blowing the sidewalks, just go ahead and hit the mulch bed while you're there. Just lightly blow it, try to get all the grass out of it. Any thatch that you see building up, you shouldn't have any thatch build up because you should blow it out every time. But if there are some areas that you missed the previous week, you want to make sure to get all the thatch out of it. And continue to blow out the sidewalks. I'll show you a section where if you do leave, you don't blow it out good, it will leave the thatch in the edge. Here's where I'll blow it kind of lightly and miss an area. And you can see right here how much thatch is left that you still need to go back and blow over. Make sure you get all that thatch out of the edges, otherwise it'll kill the edges out. Take your time blowing, make sure everything gets blown out, everything's nice and clean. Anybody can go cut the grass, anybody can do a half-ass job. Not everybody can go and, do it right, do all the steps to cutting the grass, including the blowing. Blow out all the cracks of the driveway. It's another spot where all the grass will build up, leaves will build up. Make sure you blow out underneath the cars, any vehicles in the driveway, blow the vehicles off, blow out underneath them. Make sure you don't leave any mess. Even if it's a mess that you didn't make sure you clean it up. Most of these customers don't have a blower, so they're not going to get out and blow. Blow the entire driveway, blow all the way from the garage doors out. Could be some leaves that fell that you didn't make the mess of. Who cares? Clean it up. Takes an extra couple minutes. Blow out the entire driveway. Get all the grass out of the mulch beds, any little pathways, make sure there's no grass on the pathways, decks, patios, anything. It may not be an area that even grass can get up to, but go ahead and go up there and blow it up, make it look nice, take the extra step, make the customer happy. Make sure you walk all the way around the house, any patios, any mulch beds around the house. Blow out any cobwebs, spider webs. As you'll see on this downspout, you'll get some spider webs building up. Blow up all the rocks, any retaining walls. Make sure there's no grass sitting on the retaining walls, in between the retaining blocks. Don't leave any grass sitting anywhere that's not supposed to be there. Blow up the air conditioners. Especially air conditioners that are sitting on the ground. They will get plastered with grass. Make sure you blow them out, get them cleaned off, get them better than they were before. Go off front porches all the way up to the doorstep. Don't leave anything sitting on the doorstep. Look back, make sure you did a good job before you walk away from it. Any cobwebs or anything that are up above the doors, blow up in the air if you have to. Get down all the cobwebs, spider webs, anything. One thing I didn't show you here is along foundations where the grass grows against the foundation. Obviously this house here doesn't have any. It's got mulch beds all along the foundation, but thatch will build up whenever the mower shoots the grass at the foundation or siding or anything else. Make sure you blow all them foundations out. Get all the grass away from the foundations. Any of that thatch that built up will eventually kill out the grass there along the foundation. Any buildup of grass that's in the lawn, make sure you blow off any clumps or anything like that that's in the lawn. That'll eventually kill the grass out there. Any thatch buildup, any little extra step you can do to please the customer, go ahead and do it. It's all about the customer. Take care of the customer, they'll take care of you.